A dark entity hangs low over our heads. Its origin unclear. Its purpose unknown. The sky is red with the blood of desire while the lascivious moon rises over a broken bay city.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Cue the intro. Hey, how's it going, guys? Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to talk about my latest album. Lascivious Moon. She's out. She's ready to go. Mark the day in the calendar, 27/20, and then strike it out, because today's that day, and Lascivious Moon is out in the wild, and you can listen to it now. All the links, well, the main links in the description. Honestly, I'm most concerned with Bandcamp and Spotify. It is on like Apple Play Music and all that stuff, but I can't control the pricing there, so it's, a lot pricier than on Bandcamp. So if you want to just listen to it on Spotify, there'll be a Spotify link down there, and if you want to actually pick up the album, it's $4 US on Bandcamp, and that's in any audio format that you could possibly want. It's pretty great, and then you own the file, and it's DRM free. You can put it on whatever device you want. It's pretty good. So those are my two main platforms that I care the most about: Spotify, Bandcamp. But like I said, I'm like everything else you could possibly be on as well. So like YouTube and all that stuff. And it has been distributed in a way that bypasses the Content ID system. So it's totally free for anyone to use in anything they want, and I give you blanket permission. If you want to use it in videos or whatever, if you want to remix it, go ahead, do whatever you like. As long as you credit me in your work, go ahead. Knock yourself out. Go, play and have fun. What's next? Well, now I gotta promote this thing. And look, ideally you promote all the way up to release, but I'm not gonna stop promoting just now that it's released. Now it's like when you go hard and like, yo, it's out there, go listen to it now. And I admit that's probably the hardest part for me. And I think this is not uncommon with Australian musicians in general. We seem to have this aversion to self-promotion. I don't know, it's something about our culture is just anti-self-promotion. So I try to think about self-promotion in a bit of a different way. Instead of thinking, oh shit, I'm bothering people, they're gonna think I'm a shill, this and that. Instead, I think there are people who want to know about my music, and it's my job to make sure they know about it, right? That's my lesson to you. That's the lesson for today's video. You're not bothering people with your self-promotion. You're just providing a service. You're letting them know that the work that you're putting out, that you've made to be listened to or watched or played or whatever you're producing, the work that you're putting out is out there. You're providing a service. Actually, I can't tell you how many times, even on YouTube, because now we live in an age where subscribing to a YouTube channel does not guarantee that you will actually get notifications of the content that YouTube channel posts, which is why you gotta hit the bell and all that nonsense. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten messages from people who've stumbled across a video and said, yo, where have you been all these years? I used to watch you all the time and then you just disappeared. And I'm like, I'm sitting here going, I didn't go anywhere. I've been uploading daily videos for the past 3 years. And like YouTube just wasn't serving it up. It's the same principle, So yes, that's a failure of the platform, and that's an issue with the platform, but it's also my responsibility to find a way to get the word out about my work to those people who are interested in it and who might not be able to find it otherwise, which is why, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, but I'm still figuring that out. And like, we don't even know what's going on with TikTok at the moment. That's a whole other thing. Facebook, what else am I on? Twitch, YouTube. I mean, like, pick the platforms that perform the best for you and focus on them, but it's like, it's a full-time thing. To try and be on everything, and you kind of gotta be, you have to be, because there are people spread all over these different platforms. I mean, I know a lot of you don't use Twitter, so Twitter isn't really a good way for me to contact you directly, which is why it's just another thing that I gotta focus on, and that's just the way it goes. So to reiterate, you're not bothering people with your self-promotion, you're just making sure that everyone who is interested or may be interested in your work is finding out about your work. You're much better off telling the same person about your release twice than missing a bunch of people because you're too self-conscious about, I don't want to bother people and make it look like I'm just, you know, a shill. I get it, dude. I get it. Trust me. But you gotta ease up and you gotta get your stuff out there. Now go, play and have fun. In other news, it's gonna be a busy week. It's when it rains, it pours. 27/20. What an auspicious day for whatever reason. So I've got a few projects on the go, and I can't talk like in too greater detail about it, but look, we'll go through the basics of it. So a friend of the channel has commissioned me to write some music for one of their stream projects, which is very exciting. I've also got this collaboration going with a bunch of Melbourne electronic musicians. There's this group and they organize gigs at this club here in Melbourne. They contacted me and said, hey, yo, you want to get in on this collaboration? We're all going to remix or cover a bunch of each other's songs, and then we're going to put them on an album, and the proceeds will go to charity. I'm like, yo, let's do it. So I've got someone doing a cover of Emotion Overdrive, which will be really interesting to hear, and then I am doing my own cover of someone else's track. It's going to be exciting. I don't mind doing covers. They can be fun. I'm not so much a remix man. Like if you give me a couple of samples, like what I did for Dan Giesling, for example, where it's just like little samples and snippets here and there. Yeah, that's a fun remix to do. But like to give me a whole song and be like, yo, remix it. I'd rather just cover it. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be real good. And pretty exciting news that I got today. Lucky I checked my junk mail because otherwise I would have missed it entirely. But a small game developer has emailed me asking if I'd be interested in producing the soundtrack for their game. And you know, I'm not gonna mention who it is because nothing's finalized. It's just the initial contact has been done, so we still got to hash out details. But it is, you know, retro 80s inspired, and that's all I'm gonna say. But that's, you know, that's pretty exciting. I haven't done a full game before. I've done mods, even before the whole Fallout thing. But my collaborations with King Gath, I have done some small mod projects before for, I think it was Company of Heroes, like a big Company of Heroes total conversion, and a couple of other projects. I can't actually remember what the games were. But yeah, that was a long while ago, even before like I really started focusing on YouTube properly. And then of course, you know, there's the stuff I've done for Dan Giesling and of course King Gath. But it's exciting. This will be my very first major video game project, and it's I'm pogged out of my gourd, essentially is what I'm trying to say. Your boy's pogged completely out of his gourd. So everything's going on right now, which is great. You know, when it rains, it pours, apparently. You can go months stuck inside, just slowly going insane, and then you got like 3 major projects dumped on your lap all at once. That's life. That's what all the people say. Flying high in June, doing a bunch of musical projects in May. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out Lascivious Moon, the new EP. Links in the description. Spotify, Bandcamp, a bunch of ones that I haven't even heard of. I ain't even heard of them, dude, but they're on there. It's up on YouTube. Let's go. Taste the game, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer. Out.